ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। ओम श्री हयग्रीवाय नमः। ओम श्री वल्लभा समेत श्री महागणाधिपतये नमः। So we were in the topic of this and somewhere else. yajnAdInAm-vividishAngatva-nirUpaNam. Okay, this was the topic we were discussing. So in this, there is a difference between Ramanuja and the Shankara. So Ramanuja says that this yajnAdInAm, which is particularly mentioned in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Okay. So when we say yajnAdInAm here, the reference is to the Brihadaranyaka Vakya. Here it is given in the beginning only. Tametam Vedanuvachanena Brahmanaha Vividishanti Yajnena Danena Tapasa Anashakena. Like that it goes. Now here the Vividishanti means by doing all this yajna, dana, etc., they desire to know this Atma. They desire to know this Brahman. So we say that these things only leads to the desire for moksha and desire for jnanam. But Ramanujadi, they say that it is directly, it will lead you to this Vidya itself, correct? Vedana. Because they say that even the San Pratyaya, it has no importance. Actually, whenever we talk about any desire, the desired object alone is pradhanya. So it has to mean that. And even they give some example like asina jigashati, like that. Yeah, the desire to kill or desire to hurt somebody with the sword means there the sword does not become the karana for the desire to kill, but it only becomes the karana for the killing or hurting itself, correct? But there is a direct sambandha, or there is a direct karana karya sambandha between sword and hurting or killing. But here you cannot say that yajna, etc., directly can give you jnanam. So that is the argument we were making. Okay. Because in language, usage like that is there. We cannot deny that. And they also quote that, correct? So asina jigam sati, like that, there is a prayoga is there. But in that case, it is fine. But here it is not correct. Like this, the argument went. Okay. So I think we came up to the point where somewhere here. So we came up to the point where we said that sarva karma here. So tasmat okay, up to the end of your life, you have to keep doing all this yajnadi karma along with dhyanam and all that he said, correct? So we took on that argument also. And so we were here. Tasmat sarva karma sannyasinaha eva atma jnanam sambhavati natu asanyasinaha iti kritva na atmanam vididhyasuna yavat jivam karma anushteyam. So yavat jivam karma anusthana cannot be done because karma itself is not going to give you any moksha. What needs to be done is you have to do atma vichara and nididhyasana, which we can accept. Nididhyasana as dhyanam has to be done. But then if you are going to do dhyanam, at that time you cannot do karma, correct? They both cannot be done together. So, yavat jivam, all this yajnadi karma has to be done, nobody can say. Okay, that is, therefore, you have to give up the karma and engage only in nididhyasana. That we will accept. Okay, that is what is to be done. So, up to this we saw. Then, yaduktam manena dhyanotpattaye yajnada anushteyam yavat jivam iti tadapi ayuktam. So, another way they come back is what? Okay, once you start doing dhyanam, we agree that you cannot do the karma at the same time. But at least to do dhyana itself, you have to keep doing karma till the end of your life, because whatever that karma, that punya is there, or whatever pakwa you gain from doing that karma, that will only allow you to do the dhyana. Okay. Dhyanam itself is possible only if you do karma throughout your life. Like this, another argument is put forward. This also is untenable for us. Okay. Why? So he says, Yavat jivam yajnadehe eva anusthane janmantare eva dhyanam utpatsyate natu iha janmani. So if you keep doing only yajnadi karma throughout your life, when will this dhyanam is going to happen? Then you have to say it will happen only in the next life. Okay, it will not happen in this life. And that's not desirable. Correct? So he says, Nacha itapatti. Why? Asminneva janmani atmadhyanasya kartavyatvat garbhavasadi samsara nibarhanartham. So, I want to do dhyanam in this life itself, correct? Because I have recognized samsara is the problem, and this samsara again cannot give me anything which I really want. What I really want is ananta ananda. But whatever I do karma here, I'm only getting limited things. So by doing karma, I'm only in this vicious cycle, unending cycle, okay, of gaining karma phala, which again is going to give me another life, etc. So I want to get rid of, destroy. Nibarhana means completely I want to destroy this samsara. So to destroy the samsara, I have to do dhyanam, let us say. I have to do atma vichara, and whatever the shruti, shravana, manana I have done, shruti vakyas, that I am recollecting, I can do dhyana. So that has to be done here only for that purpose. You cannot say that I have to do that in the next life and all that. So this is not desirable, because the one who is already a mumukshu, that person does not want to wait for another life. We don't know what other life we'll get also, correct? Nobody knows what the next life is going to be. If you are already desirous of moksha, you cannot stop making effort for that, correct? Rather, you will make effort for gaining moksha rather than doing all this karma. So that also doesn't make any sense. Further, what kincha yasmad iha janmani eva dhyanam noditam tasmad janmantare dhyanam udeshyati iti ka prama. See, other point is, see, if I am not able to do dhyanam in this life, correct, due to whatever karma I have done, what is the guarantee that in the next janma, correct, janmantara, in the other janma, I will be able to do dhyanam. Okay, there is no pramana for that. So you cannot say that for the purpose of dhyana, you have to do all this karma all throughout your life. Okay. Further what? Yadi tu atraiva janmani yajnadehe dhyanam utpadyate tarhi dhyanotpatti anantaram yajnadikaranam vyartham. So the other point is what? Okay, let us go along with you and say that whatever karma you do now, it will help you in doing dhyanam. And now that has helped you to arrive at a certain mental disposition so that you are able to dhyanam in this life only. Okay. So once you are able to do dhyanam, then what is the point in continuing with all this yajnadi? Correct? Yajnadi have given their result that you are able to do dhyanam now in this life. So after that, yajnadi karana is vyartha only, correct? So you cannot keep holding on to that. So that's what he is pointing out. So even according to you, you cannot say that till the time of your death, you have to keep on doing all this yajna, dana, tapah, karma. Okay. Once they have yielded their result, then you have to go along with the next step. So that also is pointed out here. Then dhyane naiva kalasya sarvasya vyaptatvena yajnadi anushtana kala abhavascha. So once you start doing dhyana, all your time is spent only in doing that dhyana, correct? The dhyanam alone occupies your entire time. Then where is the time to do yajnadi, etc.? You don't even have any time for that. So that being the case, you cannot say again, you have to do this yajnadi karma yavat jivam until the time you live. Okay. Further what? Nacha tarhi yajnadi anushtanam dhyanotpatti anantaram mastu iti vachyam. Yavat jivam yajnadi anushtanam iti uktatvat. See, then you cannot come and say again. See, you have already said that yavat jivam yajnadi anushtanam. Or if you go with the Purva Mimamsaka's argument, yavat jiyam Agnihotradi, you have to Agnihotram Juhayat, like that Vidhi is there. Okay. In fact, the Purva Mimamsakas say the qualification to do Nitya Karma is that if you are alive, you have to do. Okay. There's no other qualification. If you are alive, you have to do your Nitya Karma. So that being the case, so now you cannot come and say, okay, you are changing your argument now. What? Dhyanotpatti anantaram. After you are able to do dhyanam, this yajnadi anushtanam need not be done. Like this, you cannot say now. Because you have only said yavat jivam yajnadi anushtanam. Like that. Okay. So, how can you now change your stance? Further what? Tatha yajnadehe sakashat dhyanotpattihi api ayukta eva. Okay. See, till now we accepted that by doing all this yajnadi, we went along with you, correct? Abhyupayatvat, like that we say. Abhyupagama. You first accept whatever the Purva Pakshi is saying, and even after accepting certain position, you point out the problems there. But finally, what? Actually, whatever you are saying, we are not accepting totally. Okay. That even Yajna Dehe, they directly give rise to Dhyanam, is also we cannot accept. Okay. So we are now looking into that. What? See, for example, like you say, the Karanam means there are two Karanas are there, correct? There is a Upadana Karana, there is a Nimitta Karana. Now, Yajnadihi, what kind of Karana it can be for Dhyana Utpatti, let us say. Okay, so you are able to do Dhyanam. Dhyanam is there. Because of Yajnadi, if we say, what kind of Karana it is? Is it like clay for the pot? Means clay for the pot is the Upadana Karana, correct? So, Ghatasya Mridaha iva Dhyanasya Yajnadehe Upadanatva Abhavat. But we say that Yajnadi are not Upadana Karana for Dhyana, because wherever Dhyanam is, see, Upadanam means what? Wherever the Karya is, whichever Karana is there is called Upadana. In fact, I don't even want to translate it as material cause and all that. It is causing a lot of confusion for people. Understand that Upadana means wherever you see the Karya, you should not be even able to cognize that Karya without cognizing a Karanam. That Karanam is called Upadana Karanam, correct? So, Upadana means Karya Anuyayi or whatever, Karya Anvitam. Whatever inheres in the Karya, that Karana is called Upadana Karana. We don't even have to translate it as material cause, because the word material means people think, bring in so many other problems come with that. They think it is something real, then it is matter, etc. In fact, even according to science, there is no real material cause or anything. Understand that. Everything can be reduced to quarks and all that, where only 99% is space. So what are you really talking about? Is that clear? In fact, some people use the term proximate cause, which is a better translation, I think. Okay. So the upadana is upadana. Upadana means wherever the karya is, whichever karana is inhering that karana. Now you cannot say that with reference to dhyana and yajna, correct? Wherever dhyana is there, yajnadi is there or what? No, it is not there. When you are doing dhyanam, you are not doing, in fact, yajnadi karma. So upadanatvam you cannot establish. Okay. Then what? Is it the nimitta karana then? Like the part, or even like a karana, like a wheel, etc., which are all nimitta, you can say. Okay. So even that we cannot accept. So he now goes to that. Nacha ghatasya dandavad dhyanasya yajnadihi nimitta karanatvam astu iti vachyam. So now the Purva Pakshi is saying, okay, let it, we also accept it's not upadana. But it can be the nimitta karana, correct? Like, or even a karana, like even the, or a sahakari karana and all we say, correct? So like the danda, like the stick which is used to rotate the wheel for making the part, why cannot yajnadi, etc., be considered with reference to dhyana means? Even there, what do we say? Ishvara anugraha rupasya chitta shuddhi rupasya va yajna apurvasya eva nimittatvam na yajnasya iti. So yajna is not directly the karana. Yajna produces apurva or punya. That punya again has to fructify as chitta shuddhi, okay, due to Ishvara anugraha. Because which punya is selected for you, etc., it is also not there in your hand, correct? That is where Ishvara anugraha also comes into the picture. Ishvara is the karma phala data for us. So Ishvara anugraha rupa chitta shuddhi rupa. So Ishvara anugraha has to fructify or manifest as chitta shuddhi. Ishvara's grace has to manifest as the purity of one's mind. Only a mind which is pure can do dhyanam without any conflicts, without any distraction. To have such a mind itself is a great blessing, correct? To have a certain mental disposition where you have the space, where you have leisure, correct? That is great. Even relatively, one has to have a certain leisure in your mind. Then only you can engage in the study of Vedanta and also any Vedanta sadhana. So that is a great blessing. It is all Ishvara Anugraha. Ishvara Anugraha eva already we saw, correct? So in the Avadhuta Gita also, even Advaita Vasana itself is due to Ishvara Anugraha only. We have to accept that. So even here, Yajnadi are directly not the Nimitta. The Nimitta is Ishvara Anugraha or Punya. Whatever the Yajna produces, the Apurva or the Punya can be the Nimitta. So that way also you are wrong. You cannot say Yajna itself is directly the Nimitta also. Therefore, Tasmat Ishvara Anugrahadi Nimitta Karana Sachivat Antakaranad Eva Upadanat Atmadhyanam Jayate iti na Yajnadehe Dhyanotpadakatvam iti. So finally, what do we conclude now? We say that if you want to do Dhyanam itself has its locus as the Antakarana, correct? Wherever Dhyanam is there the Antakarana is there. So Antakarana can be called as the Upadana for Dhyana, correct? So it is the Adhikarana basically here. So Antakarana eva Upadana, okay, Dhyanam Jayat. And Antakarana is the Upadana, but even for that Antakarana to be prepared to do Dhyanam, you require Ishvara Anugraha. So that becomes the Nimitta. So Ishvara Anugraha, Nimitta, Karana, Sachivat. With the help of the Ishvara Anugraha, which is the Nimitta Karana, the mind has a certain maturity and therefore now the mind itself can engage in Dhyanam. So that the mind becomes the Upadana, Ishvara Anugraha becomes the Nimitta, therefore Dhyana is produced or whatever, Dhyana happens, correct? So here yajnAdehe, they don't have any direct role in the occurrence of this dhyanam. Okay. So now again Purvapakshi comes with another argument. What is that? Nanu jnanotpattaye papam karma nirasaniyam tan nirasanam cha anabhisamhita phalena swadharmena anushthitena dharmena papam apanudati iti shrutehe. Okay, so now the Purvapakshi comes and says for the for the jnanam to rise, okay, for the rise of knowledge, what papam karma nirasaniya, papa karma has to be destroyed, okay, and to destroy that, what you have to do karma, and how you have to do karma? He say anabhi samhita phalena, means what? Without being attached to the results of karma. So you are not doing karma for the purpose of limited results, but you are doing karma with Ishvara Arpana Buddhi for your own Chitta Shuddhi and all that. Okay. So for that, again, what kind of karma you can do? You cannot do Kamya karma because you are anyway not interested in the karma phala. So you have to Swadharma Anushtana, you have to do. Whatever is to be done, Kartavyam is there for everybody. Your own duties are there, they are all Kartavya. Whatever is to be done, Nitya Naimitika karma, one has to do. So that is the Swadharma Anushtana. And even he is quoting now Mahanarayana Upanishad. This is Dharmena papam apanudati iti shrutehe. So in the Mahanarayana it is said Dharmena papam apanudati. The papa is destroyed by following your own dharma. So the Shruti is there. So tadevam brahma prapti sadhanam jnanam sarvashrama karma sapeksham yajna dehe eva atma dhyanam utpadyate iti chet atra uchyate. Okay. So this being the case, correct? Tadevam. In this manner, what? Therefore, Brahma Prapti Sadhana, to attain this Brahman, Jnanam is required. So, the Jnanam itself is the means for attaining Brahman. And for that Jnanam, what? Sarvashrama Karma Sapeksha means, in whichever ashrama you are, you have to do karma. Particularly in the Grihastha ashrama, you have to do karma and you have to do yajnadihi. Yajna, dana, tapah karma you have to do. So, yajnadehe eva atma dhyanam. Therefore, we can say from the yajnadi only, Atma Dhyana is born. So Yajnadi gives rise to for you to do Dhyanam. If we say that, what is wrong? Okay. So if you say that, what, we also accept this. So he says now, Anabhi Samhita Phala Yajnadehe Atma Jnana Sadhanatvam Paramparaya Asmabhihi Api Abhyuvagatam Eva Iti. So we also accept what? That first you have to do Yoga Buddhya, you have to do Karma. So when we talk about Karma Yoga is all about doing the same karma. It's not that you are going to do some different karma, correct? In fact, when I was in the US in the 90s, I used to go to all different ashrams around New York and in some other places also. Okay? So every weekend I'll go to some ashram or the other, whether in upstate New York or whatever. I have gone to other places also, like Yogaville in Virginia, and around in New Jersey also there were so many places. Now, if you go to some of the ashrams, they will have a particular time for karma yoga time, like that they will put one from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Means what? You have to do some dishwashing or something like that. Okay, you are doing some volunteer work. Understand that? So, but they put it as karma yoga. Now, again, all volunteer work is not karma yoga. Understand that? Volunteer work you can do for so many reasons. You genuinely you can do it to help somebody else and all that without having any mumukshutvam. You can do volunteer work. So many people do that, correct, in US and other places. Or you can do volunteer work because you think that somehow it will make you popular and things like that also. So doing social work, volunteer work, etc. is not karma yoga. Many people think that just because you are doing some social work, doing social work is not bad. In fact, By doing social work, etc., your sense of self has expanded, which is good. You are not restricted to yourself or only your family. Now you have expanded yourself, you can say, and you have the concerns of the larger community or your nation or even the entire earth or the entire universe, all that you can keep on expanding. But even that, why you do can be very different. The reason for doing that. So, why you do karma is most important for you to be a karma yogi. Understand that. You are doing karma, but you are a mumukshu. Then only you are a karma yogi. You have to be a mumukshu first. You have to be a bhakta. All the people who do social work are not bhaktas. Most of them are atheists and all that. So you also have to be a bhakta. Why? Because karma yogi means you recognize the fact that any karma phala is coming from the altar of Ishvara alone. Understand that? So Ishvara is the karma phala data. First you have to accept that. So you are a bhakta, and whatever karma phala you receive, you are receiving it with the attitude that it is a prasada. So with all these attitudes in place, only karma becomes yoga. Correct? The karma, whatever karma you do, how does it become yoga? It can be any karma. Of course, we place special emphasis on Nitya Nemitika karma as said in the Veda. So in the Veda, whatever is said that you have to do, your Varnashrama dharma only, kartavya, whatever is to be done, your swadharma, you do that, but not for the limited karma phala, and also recognizing that whatever karma phala you are getting it is a prasada from Ishvara. Ishvara is the karma phala data. And why you do that? For your own chitta shuddhi, so that you to develop your ability to do whatever is to be done in spite of your likes and dislikes. So how do you get chitta shuddhi? By doing karma and having all this attitude is what? By having the right attitude, you are able to do the karma in spite of your likes and dislikes. That is the main thing for a mumukshu. If you are able to do whatever is to be done in spite of your likes and dislikes, then you have chitta shuddhi. You are the master no, of your own likes and dislikes. You have gained a certain siddhi. In fact, that itself is a great success in life. You are able to do the right thing. In fact, you are free enough to do the right thing. That is a great freedom. That is what one has to look out for, or one has to aim. Even as a initially, even as a dharmika, what should one aim for? My ability to do the right thing in spite of my likes and dislikes. I should be free enough to do the right thing always. If you have that, that itself is a siddhi. Then from there only, then you become a Vedanta student and all that. You can go forward. So anyway, here we accept that paramparaya, this yajnAdi anushtana, your swadharma anushtana, without being attached to the limited karma phala, which has been done for the purpose of your own chitta shuddhi, it helps you gaining this jnana. It becomes a jnana sadhana. Okay, so yajnadehe atmajnana sadhanatvam paramparaya asmabihi api abhibhagatam. We accept this. Okay, in fact, that's what Bhagavan also is teaching in the Gita. But then whatever you say, we cannot accept. Parantu, he says, Vihita karma anushtanat papa nivritti Ishvara anugrahadi purvakam atma-vividishayam jatayam sarva karma sannyasa purvakam atma-vicharaha eva kartavyaha iti asmabihi uchyate. But then the important difference is what? See, what is the paramparaya we say, correct? In serial, we accept. What is that parampara? Means, first you do Vihita karma. Whatever karma is to be done, whatever has been mandated for your roles, correct? See, in modern context, how do we even understand all these things? In traditionally, it was very easy to understand what is to be done by you because it is varnashrama based. Nowadays, ashrama is still there, okay, because everybody still goes through student, householder, retired life, etc. So ashramas are there. In fact, there is no controversy with reference to ashrama. But then Varna is a controversial topic now. Or many people say it has nothing to do with your birth and all that. If it has got nothing to do with your birth, then your Varna will keep changing with your emotional state, I think. That's not going to help anybody. So if you are really a mumukshu and want to do your swadharma, it is always better to do your swadharma according to your birth only. According to the Varnashrama, it is fixed then. Then you take that as to be done. And then you do it in spite of your likes and dislikes. That will give you maturity. Even if that is not possible, let us say, because many of us are not even if you are born as a Brahmana, nobody has done Vedatyayanam and all that. So you have no way of doing your Varna karma anymore. Only namesake Brahmana. 99% of the people are only namesake nowadays. You are doing some other karma. Okay. So you are working for others. You are only doing work for Artha Kama purposes. But still dharma you have to bring into your life. Brahmana Janma is about all about dharma. Everything you do is to uphold dharma and also for the sake of others, in fact. So, at least that much you have to appreciate. And whatever roles you have taken up, every role comes with its own duty. Correct? Kartavyata is there. There is a script for every role already given. You also recognize it. So at least go along with the duties of your roles. That becomes your Vihita karma then. So that's how we can, at least first you have to have some clarity with reference to what is the Vihita karma. Otherwise, if you keep going according to your likes and dislikes, even there, what is Vihitam for you only, you are not clear. And some people what? They are not clear, but even if others tell them also, they will not accept. Okay, so you don't know yourself, you don't want to listen to others also means it's a problem. It's not going to work. So first you have to have some clarity with reference to what is your Vihita karma. Then you have to do Anushtana of that in spite of your likes and dislikes. And then due to that what? If you do the right thing, you will have punya. Correct? And that punya will neutralize papa. So papa nivritti is there. And even that papa nivritti and punya, etc. is due to only Ishvara Anugraha. So all this is Ishvara Anugraha. Only the papa nivritti itself is Ishvara Anugraha. So this Ishvara Anugraha being there already. So Ishvara Anugraha Adipurvakam. What happens? You now get a desire to know this Atma. You become a Mukshu and a Jijnasu. You become a Jijnasu Bhakta. Correct? Like even Bhagavan says, Arthaha Artharthi. It's a progression really, correct? Artha means you only think of Bhagavan in some difficulty. That is the first level. Then there are others who keep Bhagavan as a partner. Because whatever I do, I want to succeed. All the variables are not even known to me, in fact, let alone being in your control. So you don't control so many of the things. Many things are unknown. So all the unknown variables, how do I control? So I keep Bhagavan with me. So I start everything with prayer, prayer, prayerfully I do. That is fine. But still you are an Artharthi because you are only a Kami. Then when do you get the Ishvara Anugraha, Chitta Shuddhi? Means you get it when you want to know Ishvara. What is the Ishvara Swarupa really? Till then, people can have a general vague idea that there is some power, greater power that is helping me, etc. That's not enough. I want to know the Ishvara Swarupa itself. Who is this Ishvara? What does Shastra tell about this Ishvara? So once you become a Jijnasu, Jignasu Bhakta is greater, correct, than Artha and Artharthi. He can still remain Artha Artharthi also. Understand that. Artharthi is also an Artha. He will definitely think of Bhagavan in difficulty. Jignasu also same. Jignasu has to be an Artha and Artharthi, but he is also a Jignasu now because he wants to know about Bhagavat Swarupa. And now he has to do Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam because knowing Bhagavat Swarupa is not different from knowing yourself, correct? So, this Vividisha itself comes only due to Punya. Otherwise, there cannot be any Mumukshutvam and Jignasutvam. So, for that, you require Ishvara Anugraha. And so, you get the desire to know now. Once it is there, what? Once you have understood that what you really seek is already there, it is the limitless, then karma cannot be a sadhana for that. So, at least you have to do karma phalatyaga, of course, you have to do. Or you do karma tyaga itself, whatever is feasible. But sarva karma sannyasa you have to have. Sarva karma sannyasa is the attitude born out of the recognition that I am not even a karta. Okay. So sarva karma sannyasa purvakam atma vichara eva kartavyaha. So you have to do atma vichara, and that alone will give you jnanam and moksha. This is the parampara we are talking about, and not what you say. Like, okay. So why nahi vividishanantaram karma bihi purushasya kaschid asti upayoga. So once you have the vividisha, once you have the desire to know this Brahman, know oneself, karma is no more useful. Karma in the sense of doing karma, kamya karma particular, okay, or even doing nitya nemitika karma for the purpose of adrishta. It's all useless. You have to do only, in fact, you have very limited time. So even Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, if you are already a Mumukshu, Shravana Manana Nididhyasana is the main thing for you. Okay. All your priority should be only for that. Everything else you can fit in some Nitya Karma. If you are not a sannyasi, of course you have to do Nitya Karma, Naimitika Karma. You can fit it in. But the priority should be only for Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. Vedanta Shravana is the main thing. If something else comes, so many people say that no, I don't want to come to Vedanta class because I have music class. A music class and all is not going to help you the long run. Okay. Or I have to do some puja. I don't want to come to Vedanta retreat because I have Varalakshmi puja. Either you come to the retreat and do the Varalakshmi puja there itself. Correct. Or you are not a mumukshu really, because Varalakshmi puja cannot be a reason for not attending Vedanta Shravanam or not doing Vedanta Shravanam if you are a mumukshu. Understand that. So, you have to have clarity. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. That's what Bhagavan says. This clarity has to be there. And once you have that clarity, then you are only interested in doing the sakshat sadhana only you have to be engaged in to gain moksha. Because you have already come all this way. Correct? So, vividisha anantaram karma bihi purushasya kaschid asti na upayoga. The na you have to connect here. So, kaschid nasti upayoga. Therefore, nacha prachinasya papa karmanaha anadikalat vartamanasya anantatvat yavat jivam karma anushthanena vina nasti ananta nasti antanashaha iti vachyam. Okay, now the Purva Bhakti says, okay, you also accept that Papa Nasha has to be there, but Papa Karma is endless. Correct? Anadi Kala Vartamana. It is there from the beginningless time. We do say that the creation cycle itself is beginningless. And it is countless. Papa is there. Ananta. Therefore, how are you going to get rid of all this papa? So you have to do this karma throughout your life. Yavat jivam, you have to do karma anusthana. Correct? So yavat jivam karma anushthanena vina, without doing karma throughout the life, you cannot get rid of all this papa, because the papa itself is coming from countless lives. And it is whatever. You cannot even think of how much is there. Okay. So its nasha cannot be accomplished by just doing some karma in this life. Like this, if you say, now we ask, okay, tatha sati, if that is the case, yavat jivanushthanena vinashaha iti katham nischyaha. So you are saying it is countless papa. How the countless papa will go away by doing karma only in this life then? Correct? Even whatever you say is meaningless. So therefore what? Evam bahujanmabhihi anushtanadev tasya nasha iti vaktum shakyatvat. So if you say, then we have to say, you have to keep doing karma for many lives. Even then we don't know whether it will, all the papa will be neutralized or not. So whatever you say, this yavat jivam, for that if you say that all this ananta janma papa has to be taken care of, so that you have to do this entire life, that doesn't work also. That is meaningless argument. So you cannot say that. If you say that, then we'll say you have to keep on doing. We don't know for so how many lives. That's not an answer. Okay. Then he is quoting now Mahabharata. Nacha kashaye karmabhihi pakve tataha jnanam prajayate iti vachanat papanashasya nanotpattihi eva lingam iti vachyam. So we asked, how do you know that papa is gone? Correct. So for that he is saying, this is the moksha dharma portion of Mahabharata, where it is said that kashaye karmabhihi pakve, means this karma, once all this, the kashaya is all gone, and then what? Only this, and also the karma is become pakwa, means it has matured. Then jnanam is born. Okay. So this vachana is there, means once jnana is born itself, you know that all papa is gone. So till the time, so again they go back to the idea that till the time you have jnanam, you have to keep doing karma. That is the idea for them. Okay, and till when you have to do means till the time jnanam is there. Because once jnanam is there, we know that all the papa is destroyed. Even the smriti is there for that. Okay, the karma has become pakwa. So iti vachanat papanashasya nanotpattihi eva lingam, if you say. That is the indication. So how many janmas you have to do karma, you asked, till the time you get jnana, you have to do. So this is their answer. If you say that, that also we cannot accept. Why? Papanashadeva jnanotpattau उत्तरमीमांसा अध्ययनस्य व्यर्थत्वेन तच्छास्त्रस्य व्यर्थत्वापत्तेः. So if you say papanasha only will give you jnana, then why are you even doing all this uttaramimamsa adhyanam and all is useless, correct? Only yajnadi karma you do, yajna dana tapah karma, and that will remove the papa, and then you will know, once the jnanam comes, you will know that papa also is gone. So you have got the jnanam. Why should you even do any Uttaramimamsa Adhyayana? You don't have to study Uttaramimamsa, you don't have to study Vedanta itself. Okay, Vedanta, you can give up the study. So what you say does not make any sense. Darshita Vachanetu Jnana Padam Jijnasa Parameva. Also in that Jnana Utpattihi, Jnanam Prajayate and all was said in the Mahabharata. That also what he is saying, he is pointing out there. Jnana Pada actually points out to Jijnasa, cannot point to Jnanam directly. Paramparaya. Therefore what? Tathacha Shamadamadi Purvakam Atma Jijnasayaha eva Papa Nivritti Lingatvat Drishte cha Papa Nivritti Linge Papa Nirasanartham Yajnadi Karma Naiva Anushteyam. So that being the case, what? Further, this Shamadamadi has to be there first. Shamadamadi Purvakam. And if it is there, then you have Atma Jijnasa. You have the desire to know Atma. And that desire to know Atma is there means Papa Nivritti has happened. That's what we are saying. That itself is the Papa Nivritti Lingatva Drishte. So now Drishte Sati. So the Papa Nivritti has happened. Why? Because you have the desire to know this Atma. That itself is showing a certain Papa Nivritti or a Punya Phala. It is real. Correct. Ishvara Anugraha is there for you. So now you have the desire for moksha, the desire for knowledge. So that itself shows, that itself is the linga for us for this Papa Nivritti. So that having known that what? Drishte Sati, Papa Nivritti Linge, Papa Nirassanartham, Yajnadi Karma Naiva Anushtayam. So once you have this Papa Nivritti Linga, then you don't have to do any more Yajnadi Karma for the removal of Papa, because already you know that that whatever Papa which was hindering you to do this Vedanta Shravana Manana etc. is already gone, because you have the interest now. Okay. So this is what we say. Therefore, Vastu Tastu Vividisha Pratibandhaka Papa Nivrittihi eva Vihita Anushthanat Bhavati. So in reality, whatever Pratibandhaka which was, see, we say this Yajnadi Karma and all you cannot do and destroy all your Papa, correct? It doesn't make any sense. But what we say is that only that Papa which is an hindrance for you to come to this Vedanta Shravana Manana Nidhyasana, the Papa which is a hindrance for you to have the Mumukshutvam and Jijnasutvam, that alone you have to get rid of by doing all this Yajna Dana Tapah Karma. And then once you do that, what? Vividisha will be there. So once the Vividisha is born, if the hindrance for this desire to know is gone, then that is good enough for us. Whatever Papa which is hindering the rise of Vividisha, that has to be first taken care of by doing the Vihita Anushtana. Whatever is to be done, you do that. And then once you have the desire to know, then you go for Vedanta study, and there only all karma can go away. Why? Even Gita says, correct? That's what he is going to quote now. So he says, Sanchita Sarva Papa Nivrittistu Jnana Deva. So all the Papa, not only Papa, Punya also is included in that. Understand that. All the karma you get rid of. How? Only by Jnanam. And what does Bhagavan say? Jnana is Sarva Karmani Vasmasat Kuruter Jana. So Bhagavan has clearly said in the 4th chapter, this Jnana Agni is going to destroy, burn away all the karma. And he also says what? Ata eva nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate. This also is said in the same Gita 4th chapter. So other than jnanam, there is no other purifier which can destroy all your karma. So jnanam alone, sarvam jnana plavenaiva vijinam santarishyati. All that. So jnana is the boat which will take you across your samsara, which is all karma. In fact, karma samudra, if you want to cross, only jnanam. Therefore, what? Yetena shamadhihi karmacha samuchitya atma vedana sadhanam iti shruta prakashika cha parasta. So from all these things, what do we understand? In the Shruta Prakashika, Sudarshana is saying that you have to do samuchaya of both the shamadamadi, you have to gain shamadamadi and have that. And also you have to still keep doing all this karma. Okay, yajnadi karma. Both together will produce the knowledge of Atma. Okay, that is not true. The Samuchaya Vada is negated now. Whatever is said in the Shruta Prakashika. And Karmanaha Papa Nirasana Sadhanatvasya Ramanujayanaiva Tattva. So Ramanuja himself has said that uh, this Papa will destroy. The Papa will be destroyed by doing one's karma. Okay. So you don't require Shamadamadi and all for that purpose. So you do whatever is to be done. Papa is neutralized, and the result of that is you get Vividisha. So that's what we have to understand. So Shamadhi Antargata Uparattehe Karma Sannyasa Rupatvena Shamadehe Karma Samuchaya Abhavat. So further what? You say, how can you have Shamadamadi and Yajna Tapa Karma together? Because the Shamadamadi only, the Uparama is there, correct? Uparati. Okay, the Uparati is understood as sannyasa, giving up all Kamya Karma and doing only Nitya Naimitika is one interpretation, but the normal interpretation is Uparama means you stop doing things, correct? So you take sannyasa. Sannyasa is the meaning for Uparati there. So even there also, already Karma Sannyasa is talked about. Therefore, Karma Sannyasa and Karma Samuchaya cannot exist together. So in Samadhi only, Karma Samuchaya, along with Shama, etc., Karma Samuchaya cannot be done. Karmanaha iva Shamadehe api Atma Vedanam prati Sakshat Sadhanatva Bhavat Brahma Mimamsayaha eva tatatvatvat Brahma Mimamsam prati tu Shamadehe Sadhanatvat cha. So further, what do we say? Even Samadhi are not direct karna for Atma Jnanam, correct? Atma Jnanam is only produced by your Mahavakya Vichara. So Vedanta Vichara, the Vedanta Vakya only, Vakya Janita Jnanam alone destroys ignorance, and therefore the Mimamsa Adhyayana, the Vichara, Atma Vichara has to be done with Shastra and Guru, and for that Samadhi can be a sadhana, correct? They actually help you in doing this Atma Vichara, Brahma Vichara. So that also he is pointing out now. So Shamadehe api Atma Vedanam prati. So towards knowing this Atma, even for Samadhi, Saksha Sadhanatva Abhavat. We don't accept the direct means. They are not direct means. The direct means is only Brahma Mimamsa or the Shastra Shravana. The Shravana, during Shravana, the Shastra Vakya alone has to produce the knowledge that alone will destroy your ignorance. So towards the Brahma Mimamsa, we accept that Samadhi or sadhana, they are the means. And Ramanuja has said certain things. Okay. So Yaduktam Ramanujena Bhakti Labhaha Viveka Vimoka Abhyasakti Abhyasa Kriya Kalyana Anavasadana Sadhana Anavasada Anudharshebhyaha iti Tadishtameva. Okay, he has given some sadhanas like this, Viveka, etc. In fact, for them, Viveka means food. That what you have to eat, what you should not eat, etc. You have to have certain rules there, correct? So Vivekadi Pada Vachya Ahara Shuddhyadinam Paramparaya Bhakti Upayogitvatiti. So whatever all these rules you follow, and that from there you get bhakti, he has said, that we have no problem. Okay, you follow all these rules, you have devotion to Bhagavan. These things are, we are not even disputing. One should have bhakti. Without bhakti, as I said, there is no karma yoga. And without karma yoga, there is no chitta shuddhi. And without chitta shuddhi, you cannot even have vividisha. So, paramparaya, we accept all these things, whatever you are saying. Even Viveka, they say that actually Viveka is the discrimination to know what to eat, what not to eat, etc. All these things you follow, no problem. And it will lead, it will help you to gain devotion towards Bhagavan means fine. Bhakti Upayogatvat means we accept that. But we don't accept them as direct causes for jnanam. Therefore, what? Tasmad yajnadi karmanam vividishayam eva upayogaha vedana upayogitvam tu tesham vividisha dvara eva iti vaktavyam iti. So finally, what he is concluding saying that yajnadi karmana, whatever yajna dana tapah karma, etc., they only give you vividisha. They are the means for you to gain the desire to know this Atma, and for knowing, okay, You have to go for Shastra Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. They are the Sakshat Karana. So, even for if you say that Yajnadi Karma gives you Jnanam, you have to say Paramparaya. Yajnadi Karma leads you to Jnanam via generating desire to know. Correct? Vividisha Dwara Eva Tesham Upayogaha Bhaktavyam. Correct? So, like this, we conclude this section. The next section we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purna Namudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.